Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit the thumbs up button today if you do like what you see, and make sure to share on all your social media networking sites that you happen to be on at this time. Welcome back, guys. Hello. Hello to all newcomers and to all my current subscribers. Welcome back. Hey, babies. All right, so today is Sunday, September 23rd. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, splendiferous Sunday. I'm having a good Sunday myself. Got a chance to wash my hair and cook my dinner. Went to church this morning, so everything is A-okay. The weather was beautiful in Chicago. So I hope everybody's day has been similar to mine, really good and relaxing. Alright, so with that being said, I want to jump right into tonight's video. This is actually a video request by an awesome subby of mine, Miss Sydney. Hi Sydney, this video is for you, hon. I hope you guys enjoy the video request from Sydney. Alright, and just to mention too, speaking of that, if you all ever have a video request that you want to see done by me, just make sure to contact me. You can contact me by Facebook, Instagram. You can send me an email. You can drop it in a comment section of any one of my videos, and I will see it and reply to you personally. So never hesitate to let me know if you have any ideas or anything that you want to see me talk about. All right, so let's get right into it. So, on being one of Chicago's or Chi-Town's finest, yes, moi. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you just a little bit about, this is my own experience, my own personal experience, and my observations of living in Chicago. So as you know, I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 on September 6th. Praise God. And so I've been here in this city of Chicago for about 30 years. Yeah, I was born and raised here. I've been to other cities, but this is my hometown. So I know a lot about the culture and the people and just just the climate, not just the weather climate, but the climate or just being in the environment in general. So, if you read or watch the news as of late, you've probably mistaken your reality with a nightmare. If you live in any other U.S. city outside of Chicago, then you've gotten familiar with the word pity. So that's the feeling you might feel towards us. So weekly newscasts imprint fear, blood, shame, recklessness, and disregard for humanity on many non-Chi-Town natives' minds when they hear the name Chicago. They cringe at visiting here and they feel sorrow for current and past residents of Chicago. Even past residents are not our greatest allies. They're not. So the movie Chirac was released in December of 2015. Just a few short years ago, and directed by famed filmmaker Spike Lee. It starred Nick Cannon, Jennifer Hudson, and John Cusack. The movie was more of a hip-opera, so to speak, with some theatrical elements to it. Some character dialogues were sang and rapped, while the rest were spoken. This film gave a good depiction of the hurt and pain in Chicago, but gave a good message that when we come together as a community, we get the job done and much change is possible. We're a city of hard workers, hustlers, believers, and changers. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I do. If you don't really know much about Chicago, if you never visited, I would actually encourage you to come. I have a lot of customers that I speak to every day on the phone, and they're like, oh, I haven't been to Chicago. I've been thinking about coming. I've been wanting to come out here. It's a beautiful city. And I always speak highly of our city, and I encourage them, yes, come out and visit. You should come. I believe you never know a place until you know a place. I think you should allow yourself to embrace and be immersed in the culture of the city and make your own, judgments at that point, as opposed to like hearing newscasts and letting an anchor tell you, and the anchor may not even live in the city. They may just be shooting the news there, and you're kind of letting them write the story and formulate these different views in your mind that may or may not be true. Like, we have to be aware of propaganda. I mean, there's so much propaganda in the world about any and every body in any and every city, and so we can't get so caught up in what the news is telling us. Like my pastor always says, you know, how he said, I watch the news because I got to, right? I got to watch the news. I got to know what's going on, right? You got to be in the know. You don't want to be ignorant of the world around you, but at the same time, he's like, I can't watch too much news. I watch it. I watch a little bit, and that's it. You know, in other words, he's saying, don't get so overly caught up in like overwatching the news, because I believe and declare there is a such thing as overwatching the news. There is. I think my grandmother suffers from that from that syndrome. I love her. I love her sweet self to death. I really do. She's so awesome. But she listens to the news on WBBM. Like she listens to it and then she watches it too, like on CNN all day long. And she'll give you, if you need the news and you missed it, she'll give you the whole gamut. Talk to my grandmother. She can tell you what was on the news. If you ever miss the news, just call her up. She can tell you exactly from A to Z, from front to back, what was on the news. You know, I'm like, oh my God, she knows everything. She was like, did you hear the report about, did you hear the report? I'm like, no, I hadn't heard that yet. You know, like before it can come to me, before I can catch up, she catches me up. I'm like, okay, all right, well. But, you know, I believe that there is a thing, there is a real, you know, syndrome of just watching too much, you know, news, you know, not that it's a bad thing, but don't overindulge yourself to the point where it starts to shape your view of people around you. Because the news can make you nuts now. It can make you, you know, start looking at other races a certain kind of way. It can make you look at other cities, Chicago, i.e., you know, a certain kind of way. So you had to be very careful because the news is there for us to basically be informed. That's all it's there to do, is let you know, hey, this happened over here, such and such, whatever. Hey, it's gonna rain today. You might want to bring an umbrella. I mean, that's what the news is there to do. But I think what happens is the stories they're conveying, the messages. Sometimes they can shape, you know, the media. You know, it's a tricky thing. And I'm a journalism major. I have a bachelor's in magazine journalism, so I know learned a lot about this in college, about how, you know, people who are in control of the media, they have the power to kind of shape, you know, stories and do things. They can do what they want. You know, they can kind of manipulate it and make you see a story or see a certain group of people or whatever just by changing a few words in a headline or a byline or whatever it is, you know. Like it doesn't matter. Like they can do whatever they want, you know. Like it's how you write a story, and you know, the finesse of it, the finesse, you know, the words and phrases and the similes and metaphors you're using, this, you know, all the pictures you're painting, you know, the vivid imagery, and you know, like, yeah, you know, it just making it very palpable for the reader. So it's a certain way that they shape and form these things. Same thing when you watch the news, you know, when you overdose yourself with this stuff, you know, you start to see what they want you to see. You know, I believe a lot of that is not to come against news anchors. I know they're just doing their job, but you know, but I'm not coming down on anybody. But I'm just saying it's connected to how the overall vast, you know, media wants you to see the world, you know. So be careful of whose lens you're looking through. I think we have to get connected with how, you know, how God made the world, how He wants you to see people, and you know, you see who they really are and how He sees people. So you have to, and the first step is really looking at yourself. You know, so if you see yourself a certain kind of way, it'll change, you know, your view of reality, and you'll start seeing you'll see reality like how it really is, as opposed to what the media is telling you it is. So back to Chicago, you know, I grew up here, you know, was raised here. I love it. You know, for me, I remember I had a great childhood as far as like when I would be out front in my grandma's yard playing with my cousins, my brother. I just like get this picture in my mind of summertime. We're out, we have popsicles or all kind of ice cream. We be riding our bikes and we go to the store. I used to walk to the store with my brother around my house. It just, for me, now all our neighbors knew us. Like, they knew us, and we would play with neighbors' kids, and everybody knew my grandparents. Like, everybody knows my grandparents, on the block, and they knew us, and we knew them. And there was a sense of family, and there was a closeness. So, and they looked out for us. My grandparents looked out for their children as well, and babysat their children, too. Like, when they were growing up, like my mom was growing up, neighbors babysat her. My grandma would babysit for the neighbors' children. It was that kind of, close knit community. So for me, I have a different view of Chicago. So the Chicago that's being presented to me on the news today, I'm like, I don't know it. Like it's kind of it looks strange to me. It looks peculiar to me because that's not how I remember Chicago to be. I've always had a great time here. I used to go to my mom would take me to the Bud Billington Parade every year and go to Taste Chicago and all the museums here and all the festivals and like that. I've always remembered it to be just a great city with all kind of attractions and it has everything at your fingertips, everything you need. Like especially our downtown is awesome. Like it's just everything you need, all kinds of and you looking for fun, you're gonna get it here. The city never sleeps. You look for something to do, and any time of the day is always something to do. You can look on Groupon and find a plethora of just all kinds of activities. Anything for any type of taste or interest, whatever kind of person you are, there's something for you in this city. It doesn't matter how introverted you are, how shy you are, how extroverted you are. If you're wild, if you're fun, if you're more reserved, there's something for you in this city to do in any part of town. And that's what I love about the city, so it's so much. Like, I mean, there's girls night out fun, there's stuff for couples, there's plenty of beautiful places to get married, to court, to be single and free when you're single. Like, it's so many places for you to just be you. So that's what I remember. Like when I got to college, I remember, going with my friends. Like we used to go and try. We used to love just trying different places. Like we went to school downtown, so going downtown to college was great for me because, like we didn't have a traditional college campus. But that was good because sometimes being in a traditional college, the campus is isolated. It's like this one big. How we think about college is this big, huge greenery, it's just a big lawn, a big, the quad or whatever they call it. Everybody's just there in this big, vast area. You like, is this it? You like, is there anyone else around because I need help? It's isolated. It's an isolated, isolative kind of situation. But I had the fortune to go to school downtown, and it's not like that. It's not no isolated campus, okay? Like no, it's you're downtown with everybody else who's down there, like going to work, going to other schools, going to do whatever. So you're in the loop. You're downtown, and it's so cool because I can get my nails done. I can go eat in different places. Me and my friends would meet up after we got off work or out of class. They text me or call me, what you doing? I'm like, I'm off at such time. Okay, come over here so we go eat. And so we go to eat or whatever. And that's how I remember it. I had a wonderful time. I did. I got a great education, and I had a good time. I met a lot of wonderful people in my school. And not that I'm like painting this whole thing with rosy colored, imprints and things. I know y'all like, she just painting this all pretty, and we see the news, but that's what I'm trying to get you to see. Like you hearing from a real resident. I'm a resident here. I've been here for 30 years. So I'm telling you my side of view. I mean, you're getting one story from the news. Now you hear my story. So I'm just telling you, this is my life. I'm telling you. So for me, it was beautiful. I have great memories. Yes, was there craziness? Yes. Is there negativity? Yes. But isn't it like that for people who live in Detroit and New York and Dallas, Texas? Like, I mean, it's kind of the same all over. But I think Chicago gets like highlighted and put on a pedestal, high above all the other cities for some strange reason. Probably because in certain areas here, violence has been a big issue for us. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, we haven't had any problems. We have, unfortunately. And so because of that, it's been named the murder capital of the world, and like we're Chirac and all this. There was a movie made, like I just mentioned, Chirac, who came from that nickname, and the whole Chirac thing has calmed down, which I'm really happy about. I'm like, please don't call us Chirac. Don't ever call us Chirac again. I live in Chicago, boo. Okay, I know what you're talking about. So it's just been crazy. So other cities have violence problems too, but they don't get as highlighted as we do because I don't know, for some strange reason people think we have a bigger violence problem than other people, but I'm willing to bet we don't. I don't know what it is about our city when people feel like we have this huge violence problem. But if you look at us in day-to-day life, like there's not violence happening. We're just people living, loving, just working, doing what we have to do. And I said at the end of my opening here that, when we come together as a community, we get the job done, and we do. And we are a city of workers, hustlers, believers, and changers. And I do believe that because it's what I see. Like even when I see a report on the news about violence, I'm seeing another report about something positive, like they built a garden over here, or a program to help children read, or children do this, or what. There's always something here that's positive. Like there's a lot of stuff here that's really positive. And nobody really talks about that much, because it's riddled. It's like overshadowed with somebody got shot here on this street over here, somebody got killed over here, so people keep talking about that, and so nobody in the world doesn't see how great we actually are. But we are a city of builders because out of all the craziness that happens, it's something about when we come together with each other, and it's like I just think we're really creative because I've just seen it. I've seen, like, even on, I was gonna say, even on the news, you can see like when they come together, all the good that happens when they put their minds and all their energy together. Like a lot of awesome things happen. It be happening all over the city and different areas, And I love when I see reports about people creating a program, or for children to have an outlet, especially in the arts. If I'm an artist, so I love that. It warms my heart, but it is something about us though. Like, we go through a lot of crap, but we always bounce back, from that. It's like anything we go through that hurts us, it makes us stronger because we get even. It's like when you go to the gym, you lift weights, you may be weak one day, all of a sudden your weak side start getting stronger after a few months because we keep pushing, we push right through all the pain that we feel, and we do keep building, and it is a lot of like within our communities. I know in my neighborhood, on my block, I know my neighbors, they know me, and there's a sense of like, like we look out for each other, like we do, we care for each other. There's a feeling of warmth and love. So, and there's a lot of communities like that over here. There's people in the neighborhood who look out for children when they come home from school, and, so I truly believe, I just think you have to really, not judge a book by its cover. I'm gonna give you the old adage, yes, don't judge a book by its cover. You have to really see it for yourself. If you live over here for some time, you'll see like, oh, okay, it's not really like what everybody says it is, but there's a huge, I think we're really big on community. We really are. It's a lot of like you will see in different neighborhoods, like there's a closeness there, between like neighbors, and it is. I think so, and we are builders. Like we do build up a lot of just strength, like in coming together and different programs and different things. It's like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of it's in the cracks, like it's hidden somewhere. A lot of this stuff be kind of hidden, and you find it, little hidden gems, because now nobody really talks about it. And well, now a lot of good stuff seems to be coming out that was hidden before, like all the good stuff that has been built up in this city is coming to the light on shows like Windy City Live and like some on ABC 7 News too. So it's good, like that they're bringing these people out. Like this is good because people need to see this because they see enough of the bop bop bop. Oh, somebody got killed, and I'm like, okay, what else happened? Like what good, what else that was good actually happened. So my point is there is so much good that is going on in the city. There is a lot of building up that is going on besides shooting and all that and all the craziness, and don't let the news narrative fool you. So this I'm a resident. I'm giving you my experience. My experience, I loved it when I was growing up. As far as how I feel now as a grown woman, I still do. Like I have, this sort of, I guess it's this sort of clinging to the city. Like it's hard for me to want to leave it because my family's here, and I'm so used to how the city is. As far as would I move from Chicago, I'll be open to it. But see, this is my thing. If I'm gonna move, I have to be God led on it. If God leads me to move, then I will move. But other than that, this is my hometown, so I don't see the reason to move right now. I just don't. Like I've always felt like just a sense of comfort. Like for me, I just get this comfort, even like through all the craziness that happens. Like it's always home to me. So yeah. So hey, if you're a Chicago native, I would love to hear your story. Like, let me know, how do you feel? Like, do you feel comfortable here? Like, with all the craziness, do you think it's overkill? And do you watch the news excessively, obsessively? Like, what's going on? So I would love to hear your story. If you're a non-native, like, what do you think about my story? Do you have any questions for me? I would definitely love to answer anything, any inquiries. Yes, I would love to answer them as best I can. But that's all I really have for you guys today. I just wanted to come in and just tell, like, basically my view on what it's like living in Chicago, because I feel like there's not a whole lot, and City pointed that out as well, that there's not too many views, especially positive views, on living in Chicago. So I wanted to just come in and quickly discuss that tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed my story on growing up and being a Chicago native. And like I said earlier, if you all ever have video requests for me, you want to know more about me personally, or whatever it is, you got questions for me, don't hesitate to let me know. Just drop it below, okay? But you guys have a blessed rest of your evening, and I'll be back soon. Bye.